Okay, so I had a problem. I had a large project, a lot of objects, and they were in collections, so I wanted to transfer the project to a new file, new Blender file, and I used append collections, and that kind of worked. It maintained all the structure of the it maintained the structure of the outliner structure. So when I was all my folder structures, everything was organized like so. This, because this has about 2,000 pieces, this robot, and everything came in and it was all organized quite well, so that was good. But I had to actually delete a lot of ghost collections. That was kind of weird. That was another story though. But the problem was though that a lot of the UVs weren't copying over, so UV coordinates, not just the UV map but the UV coordinates. So for example, say this leg piece here, the upper leg plate here, if I go into edit mode and I want to look at it, I can see that it's got the one of the layers of the UV map on it, but it has no UV coordinates. So if you select all the vertices and you go into look at them, even nothing's happening. They don't appear. In fact, what it is they're all scrunched up down to 0, 0, 0. So they all have values of 0, 0. Every single coordinate or UV, every vertex has been mapped to 0, 0, 0 on the UV map. Yet, the weird part is that it kind of wants to continue showing itself. As soon as you go in there, you see I've lost actually all the textures and everything. It's all gone. So to get it back, now maybe I'm stupid, I don't know. There's so much about Blender I still don't understand, but what I've decided to do was I wrote some Python code to solve the problem for me. So I created an app, a little add-on called UV Transfer Tool, and what you do is so I've got two Blenders open here. I've got Blender this is Blender 3.4.1 and this is Blender 3.5 Alpha. And so I've got the model opened up in both in both windows. I'll just bring this one back to the working scene as well. Now, what it is, so say I want to get the UV coordinates, not just the UV map, but the UV coordinates from this object here. What I first do is I go into select it and I add it to the source. It's femur plate, so it's added to the source, and I select make sure it's selected. So that's a redundant option, but it helps. And then you just say get UVs. Hit get UVs, and it says get mesh UVs. Yes, and it says here femur plate UV coordinates extracted from selected mesh. So all the UV coordinates have been extracted from here. And what happens now is you go over to the one where you want to put it on, and you select the same object, and it's the target now. So you now add it to the target, and now it's a target. And now what we do is we set the UV. So we just hit the set UV buttons and say yep, set it. And now the UVs have been set. And indeed, if we go into edit mode now and we select all the vertices, there it is. They're all there. The UV coordinates are now back to where we were, original coordinates. I don't know what these are doing though. These ones down here, that's not right. That's something funny's going on there. That's new. Don't know why it's doing that. So some sort of error is occurring there. That could be a problem with something I changed earlier. Yeah, I actually changed that mesh. That's what it was. So it's got nothing to do with the transfer. It's my fault. I actually changed some vertices while maintaining the original UV mapping, so I didn't remap it properly, so that's my fault. But in the case of an object that's hasn't been modified, so say for example the back plate here, the back torso plate, we'll go in there and get that. Let's go and get that. So we'll go and grab that. So we'll get the back torso plate here. Now it also, if I go to edit mode, it has no, look, there's nothing. There's no UVs coordinates on it. So let's go into here. Let's go and do the same operation. So we go over here, get this bad boy here, go into the group, edit the instance. There's this guy here. We'll add him to the torso backplate. So we'll get him. We'll select him. We'll get the UVs on him. Yep, get extracted mesh. So we'll go back to over here, add into the target list, select items, and we'll set the UVs, and we'll set them. There we go. If we go into edit mode now, select all, and there's no errors now. That's because I didn't change this mesh at all. So this is the original mesh. So that is how the system works, and it's fantastic. So you can now store your UV coordinates outside of Blender, which is fantastic. That's so powerful. I found many instances, for example, say I wanted to take an object and just say I beveled it and I added some bevels around the edges. Automatically that's going to add some extra loop cuts, so to speak, and those loop cuts are now in the mesh. Now what I want to do is I want to modify this UV transfer tool so that I can remap those extra vertices added to the mesh, interpolate them into the UV map, and so even when you load up a UV map on a slightly changed mesh, it'll figure it out and maintain the actual original UV coordinates. I'm actually working on that code right now, and that will be super powerful. So it's on the way. So I just want to let you know this is a work in progress, but yeah, it's definitely saved me. So I'll just finish that there, and if you're interested, let me know.